Looks like I still need to fix that shit. I thought I already fixed that. Oh, hello there, bizarre girl. How are you doing? I was still preparing some things before I can start, you know? And, oh! So, how are you doing, darling? Well, I'm doing fine. Even though when I was going towards home, people, walking people were walking on the bicycle lane, like in a swarm. But besides that, I am doing just fine. Oh, and it's not so good to hear that you're tired from work, so maybe I can make your evening a little bit lighter. Shall we? And also, before that, I need to, as you already know, need to harm myself a little bit out, eh? Oh, I am from the Netherlands, also known as the Dutch. So yeah, bicycling is in our nature. But not everybody even respects the bicycle path. At least some people don't. But that happens. I am Boringrid. Ah, Brits. Well, lovely. And also at the same time, I have my condolences how things are going there. But even you're not just any Brit, you're a very lovely Brit. Do, 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 do. We'll leave that topic, yeah, that is maybe a smart thing, yes. And thank you, you're very lovely to all. You know how to make a man feel good, darling. And we're not starting yet because I'm still in the process of, how does one say, whoring myself a little bit out there. As in posting on other channels self-promote parts that I'm live. As one does. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate that. And I do have to say there are so many channels that I need to do. But I hope it helps. At least I hope it does. And also, before I even forget, I have one whoring left to do. And that is this. Because these days I got a Discord channel. So much to do, so little time, yes, quite indeed, yes. And by the way, I hope you can hear the music just about fine. And also, before I forget, a little introduction like always. Ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. It is me, myself, and I, your boy, Baba Jack, VA. And today we're gonna do once again a little bit more of our Sovereign Syndicate, the fully voiced edition. And yeah, with the introduction out of the way, let's find it and let's start it up again. And there we go, we are here in the game at last. And we're gonna continue as Claire Reed, Chapter 2. In Sorres Square, the East End's crossroad of Commissars and Vice, the medieval cobblestones still bear the weight of the modern wheels, footwear, the street alleys and plaza have avoided being pressed into the bilious black of Madame Macadam, gracing the lanes around Piccadilly, Kensington, and other wealthy areas. You've heard it said that due to an ongoing trademark dispute, each individual stone would need to be granted a day in court before its removal to make way for smoother pavements. Sorris Square meets and surrounding attached people of variant moralities even so. The elites of London rarely cross the River Lee, and anything east of the Elds Gates is commonly held as an out-of-bounds except for urgent errands. So we're gonna begin where we left off. Looking around this big ass place. Ellie McBride. Greetings once more, heads are chains of hearts about the word of gods. Now we already talked to this one. To the Holy Cyclops newspaper. The hard-boiled scoop on the country curtains killer. Read on the glory details. This story will boil your blood. Tact. Making a penny dreadful out of the seamless tragedy will certainly ruffle some feathers, though that less than one might expect. The papers are intended only to that. And let's see where the character is now. We're getting closer texts and we already passed 10, so maybe text it is. The text is way to go. No doubt the upper crust will give us a wide berth with news like this in a voyage, save for those whose reputation is already beyond the pale. Beyond what society deems acceptable. Makes a lady appreciate the likes of Cunningham despite the drawbacks, and happier still to see the back of the town soon enough. Although I haven't much time yet, this fair city, I keep looking into this mystery while I can. And here we go on, chat. Oh, a smelly crate, it's smelly. A dropped crate of china, luckily. Intended for a restaurant accomplishment by a nose-pinching stench. Investigate the smell. Well, you know, I'm a little bit of a curious little minx, so I will do investigate the smell. A dead decomposed animal ghastly. Ew. That was not the smartest idea, but Ooh, cafe parasol. No, thank you for the Cupid's love, mademoiselle. I do appreciate it. The cafe abandoned parasol. It's nice to think that London is occasionally gets some sunshine to break up the gloom. Could almost use my own parasol today. Ah, there we go. We got a hoop back again. And let's see if this little... Oops, I forgive me, but I am needed to see... So I need to jump. Have fun, take care, and have much love, sir. Oh, Moshe, I have to say I'm already happy that you came along, darling. So I will say a bizarro girl. Oh, let me give you also, by the way, a shout out. Because why not? It was lovely to see you again, darling. And then until next time. Oh, you're very welcome, Moshe. It is always an honor to see you joining me on my stream. It always does me good, darling. And I hope to see you again later on your stream once you stream again, darling. Self-image. I remember this place exactly. Excellent curry. It's a shame they closed. Oh, a little bit sad. And hello, people. I do appreciate you being here. Oh, looks like we enter Belgium. I don't think yet. That is a marble statue indeed. I bet that unlike Green Street, those people didn't ask that woman to pay a fortune before receiving a helping hand. Alright. Discover more about Philippe's romance. Meet with Madame Azora. Search for more fans. Talk to Dover in the Red Lantern. Pet Broker. Salutations, Sir Williards. Redbone at your service. Have any of mine fine specimens caught your fair lady's attention? Or was I simply my friend Dulkrimer? Ah yes, illustration pet broker somehow still entertaining the motion that he's been knighted. The monkey on his shoulder is a handsome at least. No title for Dulcimer yet. Alas, Her Majesty has yet to recognize him with honors, but the day will come. The monkey would wear a knighthood better than some I have known. Well, ask about his business. Caring for such exotic animals must be difficult business. Is it profitable? Oh, I prefer not to think about the profitability. One must do what one loves. Not worry about such petty things as money. That's easy for him to say. What a polite way to say to one that one is out of touch. Take the children begging on the street. I wouldn't take them anywhere, but do go on. Oh. Oh no. Exactly, they are spent all that time begging. For Alam's utter lack of character, imagine if they simply adjust their perspective. Truly, every orphan could be a successful capitalist if only they tried hard. You don't see me moping about asking for donations simply because the price of food is twice what it was last year. Chin up, I say. Lease a few chapters of a family farmland and seize the day. Tell you. If nothing else, this man has quite an admirable optimism. Apparently, he is entirely taken with a vision of children living in their dreams of profits for leashing the lands as he wipes a tear from his eye and wipes me away with a handkerchief. Pardon me, miss, I need a moment. I also need a moment to evil out, because that's what bullshit. Getting minus 10 for that bullshit. We already read this, I'm very sorry. I'm afraid I must take myself out of this conversation before I learn more what you think about Becker's good day, sir. Welcome back. Take a shine of any of my pearl specimens. Comment on his ostrich mount. My, that is a fine ostrich you're riding. Does it have a name? This here is Wallace. Just let him smell you first and he'll be your loyal confidant. Offer your hand to Wallace. Merely to sniff, not to matrimony, or wanting to marry even an ostrich. Squawk! He's having a bad day, never mind him. I'm sure he'll be fast friends before long. Leave politely. You certainly have some standouts who intrigue. I know where to find you next time. Indeed. And we go on to look around. I said, can we run? Motor car. Not the safest car out there. It looks like the whole thing will fall apart any second it moves. Alright. And now we're back at this meat vendor we first met. Able to buy the meat, the fresh meat for the doggy. Ooh, a fountain. The message is about an subtlety as the giant hammer humans are being replaced by machines to profit of the ruling class. And the determined of everyone else. Oh damn. Fun game that is. Give me a moment to take a look, see how old this game is. Oh, well, it's not that old, but still. Like 2 years old, but still. I thought that was older. Well, looks like I was wrong. Storm Drain. I suppose that thing people drop in the sewers by accident will eventually find a way here. Might even be something moderate value. Poke around. Oh, let's. We got a lot of grease, so let's do that, eh? Success. 8 of coins. Why not give it a try? I'm already here after all. Hey there, it's about 2 shillings, not bad at all. 2 shillings added to your inventory. That is a very good draft, monsieur. A very good draft indeed. That's worth saving. Look like we cannot talk to the person on the bench. Maybe, but we will find out if he was in a life of chocolates and all. But no chocolate life for him. Underground station. I think we have seen the most of this place, but 10 streets. Maybe we can even check out the 10th street? Because that looks like it's going nowhere. Oh yeah, Olivia Lynn. Oliver remains focused on the street and weren't even here. Oh, darling. I do not appreciate that. Can we not walk any faster? One thing won't miss about London is the constant state of decay. How much steam is wasted just for a little leaky pipe, and how long before someone noticed? That is indeed a good question. Looks like we need to go somewhere. Oh yeah, I got 2 ciggies. And a fish. Oh, I got a fish. That expose the elements and unnecessarily show its age, like a fruit left to ripe in the sun. And I was thinking he will enter the apothecary. What the hell we need to do at the apothecary? To be honest, I have no fucking clue, but let's find out. 2 passengers of the apothecary look like a simply shop that probably advertises purpose, right down to the lengthy name posted above the door. Grace Apothecary. Therapeutic medicines, patents and tonics. But once inside you realize the exterior face facade was only a veil for abundance of aesthetic wares, tonics at home, medical devices, and all sort of oddments littered the shelves. That the shop dimly lit also strikes you as an particular but Cyclops proprietor may have intended it that way, perhaps to preserve his goods for longer. The sight of the many concoctions, a purchase, is enough to make one afraid of walking for fear of breaking anything. and pay for the resulting damage. Since the cave-dwelling Cyclops evolved to see well in the dark, you best not hide any. Is this a form of properties? Yes, Judge, yes. Welcome to this web of roots. These roots are at least done. These roots are at least unraveling things present in his room. I wonder if they're natural or if Gordon is feeding them something unique. That is a good question. More drawers than one would find in an aristocratic bedroom, vanity, or behind a hotel desk, phone desk. Which respect isn't a shelf. Serve establishment, tell me what you need and try finding it in the back myself. I am very sorry, Moshe. Gordon Gray is one of the slimiest men I've ever seen, and I've seen a few. It's a good thing I haven't any business in his shop. Good morning, miss. Is there anything I can get for you? Not at the moment, but thank you. Maybe we need to one day get here, but not now, yes? We have already read this one time, so or maybe all 2 times, even not 3 times. So I'm not gonna read it every freaking time, eh? Woman, run, please. Thank you. The railway. Oh. Maybe let's also look at the other places we can see. Oh, fallen leaves. We haven't clicked on that yet. A drift of leaves sweep into the neat pile by the breeze. The passing of the season means changing brings me a small measure of comfort. The passing of the season means the change of bringing a small... Indeed, what I always try to stay positive. That is all the hopeful meter thing. Always stay positive. No, not a statue. Oh, Neptune. Ghastly. Who would even ever imagine such a scene? The poor Earth. I would expect this kind of thing from Paris. It seems out of place here. I do agree. With a French accent, you would assume Poseidon being such a dick against horses. Even though he has the domain of horses for some fucking weird reason. Horses cannot swim! So far I know. Enter Belgium. Let's find out what this fancy place is. On the outside, the Belgium Hotel looked like the rest of Grimmy Sour Square, but once you step inside, you might not believe the splendor. The interiors boast a red carpet hallway and spiraling stairs, with gilded banisters and bellhops are dressed to the nines, with white silk shirts and swallowtail suits caused by a pool and cow. Nobody knows for sure who owns this building, but rumors point to royal bloods. In contrast to the East End's Stoofy streets, the Belgia's accommodation are noticeable upscale like the odd long vessel it was named after. The hotel offers a vacuum of distractions for high society individuals seeking to publish local away from Soho or Kensington, where they might otherwise be recognized. Dan maar wie nou? Ah, no. Oh, fuck. I clicked the wrong button. Very sorry. And by the way, do you like my new stick? Sofa? Loose coins seem someone's got a hole in their pockets. Well, a coin is a coin. 6p, I'll take that, thank you. I'm not likely to find anything else there, alright. Well, where is a coin? There is a way. Ah, that is... did not even notice that. Let's see if he... Fancy rug. This is a genuine Persian, if I'm not mistaken. Very fancy. Looks like we cannot even go there. Well, what did I put there a rug? Jeez Louise. Sorry. Miss Reed, how lovely to see you. It feels like we haven't talked in ages. Sorry, and I became fast friends as soon as I moved into Belgium. Indeed, my days seem to be consumed with flitting from one place to another and back again. I'm going to need steam-powered feet at some point. Are you still planning on leaving London? I'm always sad when clients of the better sort leave for greener pasture. I'm not sure it provides to be a thorny issue and expensive. Yes, I know exactly what you mean. I would like to change myself, but some days I feel as though I'm rooted in place here like a potted plant. The Belgier does suit you. True, sorry. A classy establishment without the right kind of staff may as well be overpriced flophouse. Oh, I almost forgot I have something for you. Put out the gun. Ah! Sorry, fumbles around in the drawer for a moment before pursuing some kind of feather duster. A gift from Mr. Cunningham. He has asked me to pass it along. It's from Texas too. I thought it fitting for an expat like yourself. Ah, thank you. Ugly fan added to inventory task update. Fan collecting. Before you go, Two telegrams came for you this morning, one from Tenor Cunningham and one from Teddy Redgrave. That's a haunting name. Gold thief. Good thief. What a bother. Telegrams are getting far too long these days. And coming too often. Good thing I'm leaving London. An expensive and surprise or frustration. With the advance of automatons, much longer telegrams can now be wired for cheaper sending price. Rhythm. Alright, sorry. I'll take them off your hands. To the ever indomitable Miss Claire Reed. Here's something that I'll really butter your bacon. The Lord of Braxton is hosting quite the shining in a day's time, and I have founded myself an invitation to the whole highfalutin affair. I want you there with bells on, sweet pea. It's on proper blowouts and a real showstopper. Lord Braxton celebrating the pursuit of some trinkets for Cario, and suggests his high guests dressed the parts. I've dug up just jewelry from the evening, Miss Reds. You look absolutely stunning in it. Outshine the queens of old. Of course, I need a proper dress to really sell the look. I found you just the thing. I'll be sending it along to your royal suits at the Belgian to keep an eye out, sweet pea. If you like to find yourself something nice to go with it. Hey, Spitfire. Shame about the late notice, but you can't begin to imagine how hard it was to cope an invitation to this thing. It's shaping up to be one hell of a night. Get your best dancing shirt out, Spitfire, forever yours. Tenor. A party tomorrow evening upon Terron's arm? Schmooching too much wine and caviar of London's most pretentious. What a dratted shame. I'll be off on and away by then. Dear Miss Claire Reed, we had the pleasure of acquaintance during the Flourish case, but not much beside. All the same, I feel it's only fair to write you. See, I'm a hunter of frightening beasts by trades, and see my share of bounties come and go. Though not all of them are fanged or caught. Plenty are called for bounties put out after regal or not so regal folk who crossed the wrong cove or whatnot. I'm not usually apt to get involved, but it seems only fair that you a good turn after you pulled my own fat from the fire, doing the business with Schlacht. A Celtic monster. You've gotten a bounty on your head, Miss Reed. A pretty price from some high-flown family or not, or something about a unfortunate turn in America. and the untimely death of one Gilbert Lancaster. As I said, it only seems fair to give you a running start for whatever ails you, if little more. Least I could do, I figured the best of luck. Theodore Redgrave, P.S. Otto says hello. The family Lancaster can say I'm altogether surprised. Yet another reason to leave London behind me. Yes, I'm taking sippies because hydration is important. Thanks, sorry. I better on my way now. Shall we have a chat later? Oh, yes, I should return to my duties as well. But let me know if you're leaving town so I can properly wish you well. Oh. Hey, ugly van. I don't know, it looks better than this thing. If you ask me. Go to the royal suit. Let's check it out, why not? Mongolian and golden trim trails along the wallpaper, and the paintings and fixture are hung so high that they are absolute nightmare for the maids to dust. The electric lamps are at the forefront of technically designed, retrofitted to the oil lamps, soaked of old, and the high ceiling make for a airy ambience where stars favored over subtle substances. The telescope and other homespun necessities clash with the ornate decoration of the suit with your clients, including Tenor Cunningham, of seemingly bottomless pockets. You can well afford the monthly rent. The suit is temporarily a residence as you ever had since you left America, allowing for an escape from the chaos of London while at the same time never feeling actually like home. Design table. The this mirror integrated gold inlays would make any made duster it want to expire. That said, the low table perfect for preparing for a night out or a day about in London. Take a moment to observe yourself. It frames me quite nicely. Straighten that back. Elegance, the neck. Good posture is foremost. My breast fan is here. Shall I practice my fan elegance? Absolutely. The white silk fan unfurls with a flourish of the wrist. I close the fan and tap my left ear. I close the fan and tap my left ear with its tip. I close the. What is that? I wish to be rid of you, the fan declares. Flick the fan open and quietly snap it closed again. Bastard, the fan curses. I close the fan and draw it slowly down my right cheek. I love you, the fan whispers. Ik flick open the fan of my eye, hiding my face. We are being watched, the fan murmurs. I carry the fan in my left hand while gently fanning my face. I desire to make your acquaintances, the fan says. The more we know about fan etiquette. The most comfortable and expensive place you ever sleep, worth every penny. Traveling trunks. All packed up and ready to go. If I ever manage to leave, Grace, I won't get trapped in London. Let's go with Grace in this case. I won't be trapped in London. I've escaped worse. I need to stay light on my feet. One step ahead of danger. Clawfoot tub. With a little garage there. There's something about this screwwork in the gilded feet that hits the luxurious nail on the head. Drawing a bath takes quite a bit of my time, but maybe it's what I need to smooth my nerves. This suspicious tub is only thing worthy of crooked price of the suits. It's the only place where my mind is on my own. I submerge myself past my ears. I feel weightless, lying raindrops free to fall. Damn. Looks I am very hopeful. Like almost max hopefulness, see? Written ball. A stand of art marling hands written ball. I shall write a practice letter. My dearest my dearest Scylla. I greatly admire, respect you. I greatly admire and respect you. I am truly honored by your efforts and hopeful to follow your example. Don't sign it. Better not to put my name on something I don't intend to send. Makes sense, makes sense. You just don't do that. A well-loved telescope aims at a glossy lens in heaven's atmosphere suits and your hand-humbled hobby. Look through the eyepiece. Perhaps to turn the scope to the building below your knowledge I learned from those think no one else is watching. Thought of tempting its ultimate futile do I expect a murder to parade in the crime in front of an open window? Let's do the intelligence this time. And this have to say, oh. A t-shirt for a porcelain tea set atop of an din-setted table whose Marble is so polished I can see my own reflection. Perhaps I have time to make myself a cup. Yes, yes, when aroma, as they say, but have yet to find the tea that keeps my nose from wrinkling. How much should I bribe to connoisseur to provide me some coffee beans? And payment equivalent to royal coffers. I almost regret Lord Barrowford's introduction me to the wicked Ambrosia Paris's last apartments. The tea is gone cold now, not that it was better than when it was hot. Tenor left me these roses of several colors, bat horns, and arranged to near perfection. His attempts to win me over are flattering, but I escape London on his dime. Then I'd be obligated to join him in the Republic of Texas, at least for the time. I shudder at the thoughts, although I'm sure the part of the country is rather beautiful. There's a note here as well, I'll read it. Ah. Hey there, Spitfire, I told you when I saw these snapped them right up. They reminded me of a wildflower in the western Texas. Someday I'll take you to see them bloom. But these are roses. Spitfire, I don't know why he insists on using that Nettlesome pet name. Yeah, a little bit of a doofus. And let's go to the lobby. Whew. And at least we have now Kirek. The hotel Kireks are quite a useful way to determine who is in and who is out without asking. Ah, that's not quite great too, right? Quite indeed. We have already read this part. Also, let me check me one thing. Give me one moment. Sorry, I needed to, how does one say? Of course, I'm watching myself, don't get me wrong, but so far I've learned from the favorite dingo. I've learned that you can lurk at 2 times with counting the view. So that's why I was like, hey, let's even do some lurking at someone else while also streaming myself and watching myself. This design is prosperity and comfort of this passenger a welcome chance for previous inheritance. Right now we can go to the train stop. Run, woman, run! Faster! Then the streets. A narrow dead-end alley with a tunnel to nowhere. Let's check it out, shall we? Think of a condensed side alley in a poor part of London where the public service is infrequent and children play in the filthy street unwatched by their parents, working all day at the factories. Cheap wooden shutters hang from the scattered halls of looted tenements like so many black eyes after the night of bar fights. Old rags stretch among the clotheslines, and rats make a home in the rubbish. Aside from this, the curious shop, there isn't much worth visiting here, leaving you to tread as a mucky road with your collar to the wind, looking just about hopeless as residents themselves. Burned building. I can see the broken porcelain in the rubble. Perhaps it was a laundry or a beauty parlor. Or else something forgotten to pay Molly her protection money. She's been known to exact a fiery revenge in the past. Ooh, yes. Knickknacks and spare parts scattered about the ground. If I want to earn some extra coin, I can shop these over the engineer. Let's do that. Finders keepers. Damn, they were not kidding that there is nothing in this place besides this thing. These two things. Watching vendor. Buy a watch, sir or madam? Wristwatches, how dull. Most someone to be always need to know the time. And to the curious shop. Breathe in the sweet dusty smell of second-hand and step into the collection of Anselina Kameni. Before running the shop, she worked at a knife grinding, umbrella mender and beehive maker, collecting her rag and bone wares. In the meantime, an animal horn window admits a greenish daylight, cheaper than glass. They're the best she could afford. For the past 10 years, Azelina has made a home here, and the curious soap is well known in the East End and beyond to fit her wares. She hammered in the shells at the angle so that a tall customer has to watch their heads. There's an taxidermy creature and jeweled-eyed fetish, tin soldier, wind-up toys, and ragdoll marionettes, as well as rarities too bizarre to mention, peering down from the rafters on top of the tilted cabins. Covered wagon. An old-fashioned an old-fashioned Romanian vado. In many ways, The nomadic life was simply and happier. Best not to lose myself to the memories now. Iron Maiden. Name of band. A brutal construction for the mashing of flesh. I suppose it's only a decoration, but still it's a dreadful thing. Instrument rack. Instruments. Certain I could learn to play something, but I've more a knack for singing. Well, why not both? Eslin is a well-kept shop, despite being packed full of Jawans, gangles, trinkets, or cheap toys, knickknacks, and bagatelles. Items of little value or significant trifle. Miss Kennedy? Hello, how is business?
Always better than when you come around, dear. A pretty face is better than a dozen candles for lighting up the place.
Ask if she has any ladies fans. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'm always on the lookout for a new ladies fan. If you have something particularly stylish or unusual, that is.
Well, I have this. I don't know if it's stylish, but I'll let you have it for an shilling.
It's not fancy, but pretty enough for one shilling. Yes, I take it, thank you. Cheap fan added to the inventory. Task a fan collector. Collecting all the fans? Yes. Yes, I take it. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Have you acquired any interesting new trinkets of late?
No, but I have something much better than trinkets. This little item fell into my hands just yesterday.
She produces a tiny leather case, obviously not for cigarettes.
This here is a alternative to carry around keys. Perhaps you've seen it before. Should you find yourself locked out of your flats late at night, or if you lose your keys to your steamer trunk, this will fix you right up.
Ooh, lockpicks. A familiar problem indeed.
This particular lockpick has a whiff of magic to it. If you got the nose to sense it, that is.
I believe you have heard such a tool before. How much do you want for this one?
£3 sterling.
Let me look at. Oh, I do got enough for that. You have a deal. Sure, this will come in handy.
I can only hope that it serves you well.
Goodbye. It was nice to see you, Miss Kennedy. I'll be on my way.
You're welcome back any time. It's lovely you stopped by.
And we're gonna go back because there's nothing in this dump. Well, besides a new fan and lockpicks. No, that indeed looks like a cheap fan. Even not as cheap as this thing. This looks like a freaking cardboard.
To the train station. Head for the station. The Sacred Heart Orphanage site is a large piece of land off Cable Street, gifted to the parish by the noble family who left for the countryside. The streets don't get much foot traffic, aside from the odd vagrants, and the orphanage make a pastime of throwing pebbles and rotten fruit from behind the gates, especially to anyone well-heeled. At the moment you're almost alone to save a few pedestrians in a more dangerous area of London. That might be of greatest cause of concern, though. Here the worst you should fear is a well-aimed faithful banana. Then more you consider the fact, however, the more anxiety wells up from some deep place in your chest. It seems unlikely that Dorrans would be happy to see you dressed, covered in mulled fruits, soon after the last time. You step free from the morning mists and onto the cursed street of the orphanage tower above. Dry grass and dusty, flat pavements inside the gates. Oh, I don't know, cheese. I don't want to get my clothing dirty. A carriage. What a lovely carriage. I imagine it remarkable, elegant when its motion drawn by a strong, graceful white stallion. Or something like a really anything would do. Let your fantasy run free. Definitely the finest stallion. The coachman would sit here and I might say, Bernard, fetch my gloves from the compartments, if you please, and make haste. We must make it to be the bank by sundown, so I may withdraw £1,000,000. Oh. Check the glove compartment. It couldn't hurt to look, could it? To see if people really lived that way. Ah, there is something in there. Since the owner truly wanted it, they should have done a better job looking it. 3 shekels and a bottle of perfume, not bad at all. Well, we making bank, people. We making bank. Pillar box. Oh, the old-fashioned things. The Royal Mail Service, a postman, still hand-delivered much of the mail, but if the distance insignificant automated carrier pigeon dispatch the letter after being sorted at the local office. I wouldn't trust just anybody with such personal content. Broken automaton. Rusted and cast aside, this automaton is no longer worthy more than its weight in scrap metal. A pity, I must admit, I have little experience with such a creation. The vast majority, as haven't met, have been little more than fashionable mechanisms made from labor. The limited cans response always seemed a bit eerie to me. Why gift them with these
with speech if you intend only to use them as cheap labor, if it speaks to a unpleasant impulse of control, at least to me. Perhaps if it's for the best that one's encounter doesn't seem capable of saga shitty. But about Teddy Redgrave, he and Otto are inseparable, and Otto seems to quite clever already. When the last I saw him, Teddy spoke his plans to upgrade him all the more. True enough, still I won't see him having a deep conversation with an average thin Willis to roam the streets, perhaps when the technology is further along. Well, the times we're living in, chat.
That was a lot of talking of a piece of crap.
Iron Gate. Team of horses. These magnificent animals, it's a shame they have to toil under the yoke all day. I suppose we all do at that. And let's check the Iron Gate. The orphanage where those children went missing. A dirty place, best to avoid it already then. Room for rent. I take rooms like these all across Europe. I shudder to think of the naffy decoration and the rickety chairs to snap all at the moment. Of course, the royal suit is far more comfortable. I don't. Yeah, I am looking for fans. Apple crate? That's odd, there's still a fresh piece of fruit in here. Take it. It seems safe enough. Fruit. Archway. I don't know about the archway, chat. Come on, walk a little faster, Moshe. Ah. This path leads to straight into London's industrial sector, nothing but factories and workhouses. Those buildings are unrelievably grim, at least at the soot and smoke are convincing single players, and the mechanism in such buildings are something to behold. Always the positive, chat. Perhaps these new automatons will take the sting out of the workhouse life, allowing the denizens to easier the path of stability. That looks like And we've seen this part as well. I bet you could walk for up. Green sack. I want to see all options, Moshe? Grain is cheap and comes in large quantities. No wonder the sack is as like these are so unkibunky. This. The that is a question. Which way to go? Grinny alley cutting between the warehouses. Not even Syndicate can lift the pail of despair on Beggar's Lane, where so many have wagered they pay at the Palladium only to be thrown out on the cobbles. Penniless, the buildings cast a long shadow onto the reeking streets, full of gritty wasted and newspapers flapping in the gutter, and by the toe bootstrap Londoner with a handle on their vice wouldn't seldom treat this dreadful block, but regular circles back like a springing jenny. They scrap together what they can, feeding their habits by losing only a little each week. Meanwhile, the tenants, compans, and derelicts provide some shelter for the side of the roach colony and the pickled clean bone of a cane rats and the settled turf wars overnight. Then there's the buzzing electricity fences preventing the down and out from ending in all the containment zones where upon full moon it's said the wolves break free of their cells and feast on whoever happens to make their way inside. Wagons? Many starry nights saw me snatch forth wings in the wagon's back. The days I spent running with canvas Romanian caravans along behind me now. Blood, the smell alone is enough for me to avoid the underground. Rumors around the creature down there. Oversized cane, red with teeth as long as knives. I've no reason to venture down there right now. Understandable. Missing poster. Julia and Bertrand O'Brien, orphans missing from Sacred Heart Orphanage, Smaro Award, furnished upon any information leading to the safe return. Please have a heart for our poor children. The Sisters of the Sacred Heart, 22 Cable Street, East End, London. Almas accepted. As with money, innocence seems to exist here. It's so many robbed when no one looking. Runaways or kidnapped? It's not uncommon for orphans to stray away from their bonds, so they face harsh conditions. Even so, it might have been kidnapping. And if the landsman could have been a scoundrel behind it, found the recruiting children for their shady bindings. Ah, defense. Military grades are reinforced with barbed wires. Sign reads, Werewolf containment zone in Lumirpent electric balls arc between the fence post and smoky ozone scent of floating your nose. Scenes above a fence like this certainly stir up a resentment of public eye. Perhaps there's a more humane way of portraying lichens to the public, even so an active werewolf is wicked, dangerous, and they need to be controlled. Oh. God darn it! Are we into being hopeful, girl? Perhaps there's a more humane way to portray lichens and population. Ooh! 100% hopeful! Ah. Home of London's most discreet clubs of leisure, as well as establishments in famous gambling hall. The Palladium is no stranger to the odd, successful bunco man or famous face caught with their hands in the cookie jar, who finds themselves in need of an abrupt and expeditious flight from London's fair. You find yourself among the compelled of gentle folks who keep their rows running, and as ever, you're already deeply grateful your co-workers extend their discretionary skills to you. It wouldn't do to have a sometimes more or errant detour to catch word of your detour. I have no idea if this is one of the places I need to be, but we'll find out. What's this place called again? Promo poster. Come see the Sillery songstress. Be bamboozled by Dwayne. Ballads and dazzled by delightful desserts every Friday night at the Pendulum. It's good that things I'm leaving. I'm getting too well known to the east end of my taste. Kochak. A wide range of foxtails and green coats, some better conditioned, others have seemed never to get off the rack. Rotorup's reception of the Palladium. Yes. A sippy? Ah. Leafy Brown. Lefty Brown. Brown. Or whatever. The intimately Leafy Brown, gambler thief, and somehow a classy act, all at the same time. How have you been? I haven't seen your name in the papers lately. I take it no news is good news, as they say. Hey, so it is. And it's quite the tricky to keep it like that. Oh? Every time some bloody fishwife loses his bridal ring,
it's get blamed on me, London's premier jewel thief, which is great for catching drinking on a Saturday night, but now great when you're dealing with the law.
So you've been laying low?
Let's just say I've been dressing up a little merrier when I go out.
The podium is quite a popular, doesn't it seem smart to show your face around here?
Maybe not, but I've still got to make my living. Any road I'm about to giving up on. The Palladium, it's become a haven for tourists and posers.
Ask her about, she thinks about the courteous killer. I've been sniffing around this courteous killer case. I have a personal interest. As you imagine, what do you make of it?
Can be Jimmy or Beast is that I haven't heard. Entangled with something similar in Prague, you can. I wouldn't been a victim number 4 if I wasn't sleeping on one eye open. I owned a very unpleasant fella, a rather large pile of coin, and I was expecting trouble.
What happened?
This particular scoundrel favored a Boeing knife for its hobby. I twigged a shadow passing the lamp in the left gutter and rolled off the cape before he could slash him open.
And you got away?
Arch, I escaped out an owner. The balcony in the second floor, near problem for yours truly. But he hadn't the brass, fellow. But that encounter was close to joking about.
Was the killer captured?
All I came to say they're near by me, a hopping tram steamer a very night.
Ask for help. Think you like a pinch in help? Some nab this maniac? If he waits for Scotland Yard, there won't be a Londoner left to save here from the Brexit country.
Net here, my dear. The one time I was close as I ever wanted to get here. Big man. Better luck. True love, Tashi, your name and land for that.
What you try? But Lefty is not knowing to get mixed up in trouble. She didn't start us off. Say goodbye. I'm glad I ran into you, Lefty. Take care of yourself.
That's one thing I can always count on, last by now. Carla, good to see you again, love.
Have you ever hand in anything illegit lately?
Knights of Cups.
Lefty glances left, then right, and carries on.
I may be pursued in the consent of certain bankers' home safe in St. John Wood, but keep your yin under wrap, Carla. He haven't been robbing yet.
Oh my, that is funny.
What about your trade then? Are ya En Brexit still burn ends over den lil finished dolly mop. Naar plan. Intuition. I've hardly call it contest, least of which I hardly call it contest, least of which when a poor bee fallen so far behind. Ye meow. Well, I'm posing she still got a few years to catch up. Say goodbye. I'm glad I ran into you, Lefty. Take care of yourself. That be one thing I always count on less. Bye now. Yeah, we did. I'm talking about we did it. I need to do something as well. So, oh yeah, got little maps these days. Break moments. I'll be right back. Don't miss me too much. Go get yourself a drink. Even go take a bathroom, all that stuff. Get yourself a little snacky. And I'll be right back. And once again, I'm back. Now let's talk to Clementine. If it ain't a lovely Miss Reed, if you earlier aren't you, darling? I thought you weren't singing till this evening. In for a dream? What the fuck is a dream? Very funny, Clem. Don't you think it's that early? Well, la-di-da, is better than day drinking time was. You, me, and Penny wouldn't drink any of the lads here under the table. Van to Clem. Oh. Gosh darn it. I need to think positive. Looking forward to tonight. As much as I like to claim I'd only be avoiding more pressing matters. Later though, before my show, we'll have a dream together. Now that's my ducky. It's more than fair enough. Ha! Let it be known that there are some residents of London that I really dearly miss. Speaking of clients and a headache, you've a telegram from the Texan here and one from Theodore Redgrave. Send along to your place of business. True, I expect they have been sent to Belliard as well. I swear my eyes are filling with this amount of long-winded messages I receive. And thanks,
Thanks, Clem, but you can bend those. I already read them at Bellier. Sounds fine, I don't mind tossing some out, especially when it's misbehaving gin bender. Ah. To the Velvet Rose. Nuts. Are we gonna go there? One of my favorite instruments of the modern age. Standing upon the stage, I can command the most intimate emotions to 100, even 200 people at a time. Well, Moshe, that is indeed true. Which, damn, that thing looks like a fucking beholder. The Peldium was rather glad to acquire these machines, far less deception and trickery, although this still happens, of course. This here is Waste, a trick-taking card game with 4 players, split into 2 pairs. Is that you? Lady Luck toss over the tables, blessing or cursing the gamblers without restraint. I wonder if these divas ever stop to consider their situation too bleak, to the going through the motion of all the time, fueling the addiction of gamblers. Baccarat is played between the player and the banker. The cards are assigned a point well equal to their number, except the face cards worth 0. Would it be fine if more serious gamblers here, but they are far reliable ways to earn a few quid. Importantly towards the player than a dealer. Pheromones, virtual, something base free, actually. The game there is Ferron, first made popular in France. It's quite paced, quick paced, and easy to learn, and it's allows any number of players. That's the first time I heard of it. But then yet again, I'm not a gambling kind of person. Well, if we're here anyway, we're gonna have a look at is it the Velvet Rose. I better take care of everything else I need to before I see Zora. She can be long-winded at times, especially if she is in the mood for lectures. Not just yet. It looks like we're gonna wait with that one. So in other words, I need to be here later on. That is good to know. Thank you, game, for being so upfront. Oh. By the scenes, there is one note inside of the bowl. It's desperate times, but I'm not that desperate. Lekker bottles. Some lekker cannot be drowned in the sorrow. Not a drop to spare, I can tell. Pity, but often what London will do to you. Search the bottles. For thoughts, ماشي. Got old Tom added to inventory. Well, the strike me blind is a bottle of old Tom. Well, look at me being lucky. Here does the rack again, although I haven't seen much yet this fair city. I keep looking to the mysteries while I can. Okay, this is the part where the Minotaur started. Heavy wooden doors everywhere chain. I could make it work if I lock with the right tools, but whenever behind the door smells bloody terrible. I have more pressing matters than I tend to anyway. Well, I got the right tools, but oh well. I slatted wood basket made of hazelnuts, giving off a smell of spoiled fish. And it looks like someone mangled the content digging image it has inside. Some drunk pillow on that case, I'm sure you wouldn't catch me doing the same. Hehe. That nutcase was me. As a Minotaur. And that was all of this place. Red Lantern Lane, costly. I've already read this one. Oh, I've not even been in there yet. Better talk to him. Discover more Phillies romance, search for more fans, talk to them. The stunning invention of its time, through a bit dated now, what with the steam-powered vehicle motors, steam-powered motorcycles. I've been along the avenues. The spoken, the impatient with the rust is most or not be getting much use. All the same, it's a surprise it hasn't been stolen sitting out there in the open like this. So that's the letter of the day. Oh. Something else can I do from you, Senorita Clara? Not at the moment, thanks, Philip. I think I already did everything here. Oh, well, now that I'm thinking of it, we can sell those cogs that we found. To our dear robot man. To Mr. Dwarf. Miss Clara, I'm still terribly busy, I'm afraid. Here are some more cogs for you. Splendid, here a little something for your troubles. It's beating you. Already read this. Following the 10-foot alley, skiing passageway, brick walls, find yourself a recent enclosed area where London rodents are chilly cared rather than swiftly taken care of. Canvas sack loose ropes above your head and lanterns flicker dimly in the murk among the rustling and skittering tiny feet and claws. Pavel Garrot's properties stand and ready to floor is made of broken pavers, stone and pieces of cast away from a large project akin to a charge of Pavel scavengers to the heart. The rats come in various sizes and receive all manners of threats. Then they behave display the more prowess as this, which is your fancy rats, but Pavel trades the garden variant is rodent too. Exotic snake's owner often pay him a visit, is wonder where Squeak catches the drive and panel mad. The rest of sanity depends on who you ask. I've never been here. Rat cages. I should hope there's enough food for all of them, otherwise they're starting to eat each other. Rat catcher.
Good day. It's not so often I have a proper lady at the pineful, but of course it does happen. Now then, what can I call milady?
Clara, pleasure to make your acquaintance.
A pleasure of mine, I am sure you. Wait till Pavel Gert rise quite skittering, so you may take your exact pick.
Precious to be sure, but I haven't time to care for a sweet thing. Precious to be sure, but I haven't the time to care of those sweet things.
Understandable, Miss Reed. Someday, if you like to carry one home, just let me know.
Well, the Velvet Rose has its issues, but working as a rat catcher in sewers, I can't imagine. So this whole place is only for long one man evil doing catching of the rats. Ah, that's good to know. Luckily not all of the zones are as big as this one. Was this the big zone or was the... Yeah, this is the big zone. The... No, I'm thinking I'm going the wrong way. Red Lantern Lane is a name for the colors of the paper lanterns above the street. Like a carnival, the thinnest veneer of gouge spectacle concealed in grimy reality. Ornate fendants Rava's shouts and thousands different smells all compete for one's attention. It pays to keep a wayward eye out for danger in these neighborhoods. What are those hunched shadows in the alleyways? Vagrants in need of a warm fire, or a gang of thugs waiting for a mark. It's possibly something more sinister and twisted. But in the daytime, at least, you needn't to be worried of being clubbed from behind or getting snatched by some organ trade lackeys. A pair of pickpockets working in tandem is the worst you'll encounter as long as the sun is up. And yet you are far too clever to be beduped by such as they. Ja, dat little shit. Ooh, cogs. Coggies. Patty's Workshop. I do believe it's the home of Teddy Redgrave. Got me out of a bind during the Frobisher case. Yellow night knock. No response, he must be out. B-A-O-Z-E. This must be B-O-Z. I believe she worked for Welu till his death. And yet, still at from the looks of it, the best bet she not aware her newfound freedom. Then again, Doris, my bad, dyslexia, like I said, doesn't check on her occasionally, likely and sure stays put. Welcome, future patron, in the mood for some noodles. Ask about the food. What exactly goes into the dishes prepared here? Tender loving care, we lose fond of saying that. Be more specific. I mean, what ingredients go into the meals you serve? I'm sorry, but I'm not liberated to disclose such a thing. Secret recipe only known by Wailu. Well, at least there isn't worry about the competition copyright secret to succeed. That then the establishment is to last this long without human supervision should also count as a huge achievement, a step away. Perhaps later and other things on my plate right now. Come back anytime. Don't know. Spy with my little eye a patch that would take me to a Pluton canal. I once went to this part of town. Folks there were surprisingly welcome. Wager they treasure any visitor they can see, as they overlook the most Londoners. Enter the laundry, enter the bathhouse. Oh, this part is... Well, this part is still, but this part is looks like not. Let's enter first the lingerie. Dullen's Gin Machinery Laundry is a place Londoners having their clothes, if not their dirty characters, washed in irons, and presentable look determine fashion and survival. After all, people guard their image and belongs with their life. Lives in the city that rob them just as well of their reputation as their pocketbook. Stepping into the laundry, encouraged by the reek of laundry sacks, masking the foul odor of a smell of honeysuckled soap, preferred by donors from behind the counter. It is a loud rumbling of laundry, mangler mixes, pressing and steam washing, the heat from the soak tubs, iron boards delivering a wave of steam that beats your brow. The mind might be refreshed by a pithy chat with the sharp-witted dollars. Stay as long as needed to make yourself new again. Hours of operations permitted. And before we go anywhere, chat, I've done quite a lot of talking that I'm the focus on reading and all the yapping with this game got me very exhausted. So we're gonna even move towards here. And we're gonna do some raiding now, shall we? Yeah, give me one moment. So let's see, who are we gonna raid? You know what? I'm already looking at this person, so why the hell not? I haven't rated that person yet. So let's... God damn it. Alright, I hope you enjoyed yourself, and until next time, and remember, do have some fun. Toodaloo, and until next time, bye bye.